Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. So in my quest to always improve upon my kit, I am always looking for organizers and different things that can make my life better. And with that today I'm going to talk to you about something that I have included as part of my backpacking, hiking, maybe even considered to be a bushcraft kit. Now what I'm talking about is the way I carry my camera gear. I have relied on a number of different things over the past few years to keep myself organized, but also protect my camera gear. And it's been a little bit cumbersome. Now, for the most part, it's worked pretty well, but as I mentioned, I'm always looking to improve, and what I have today is definitely adding to my overall versatility, capability, and comfort while I'm on the trails. Now, while I'm on that topic, here you'll see the Maxpedition Thermite. This is one of their VersaPack line. This is something that I have used for a long period of time as part of the gear I use to carry my camera equipment and camera gear. Now this is essentially a drop leg carry, which to me works pretty well, but it's a little bit cumbersome in the fact that when I've gone mile after mile after mile with this belt kind of tugging and yanking at my pants and kind of trying to pull them down, it definitely gets annoying. And the fact that this has a leg strap, which works well to keep it on my side and nice and in place. However, mile after mile with this strap rubbing against my leg, it definitely gets to be a little bit irritating and something that's just not ideal. And the last thing about this Thermite is that the opening for my given camera and equipment is a little bit tight. Now it does an overall pretty good job at keeping it dry and safe in adverse conditions, but the fact that it's very tight on top made it just a little bit cumbersome. Now although this is a little more limited, this here is a dump pouch from VanQuest, and I have enjoyed this very much. The part that I like about this the most, the fact that I can either thread this through my belt, put it on one of my backpacks, or even better with some of the gear that's out there in the backpacks that have MOLLE on the hip waist belt. This for me has been an excellent option to connect this to my waist belt, allow me to simply place my camera equipment in here, and then when it gets to be really adverse conditions, I can either use this flap and keep it closed, pull it shut with this drawstring and really kind of get it weather tight. But then if I don't want to use this, I can just simply roll it up all together and get it out of the way, nice and compact, reasonably lightweight, and definitely effective. But with that said, it does generally require this to be either connected directly to my belt or connected to my backpack, which is kind of hit or miss. Now, connected to my backpack is nice where it's not technically dragging down my pants, but at the same time, it is connected to my bag. So if I want to be able to move around with my camera gear, have something to allow me to stash my camera while I'm on the move without my pack, then I'm kind of limited. So this has been good, but not perfect. So moving forward, I thought to myself, I think it would be great to have a chest pack. Something that I could keep on me. It's not going to drag down my pants. It's not going to be down around my hip. Nice and easy, located right at a fingertip where I can get my stuff. So I did a whole bunch of research and came across this. This is what we're going to look at today. So this is a Bino harness, of all things, from the company Mystery Ranch. Now, binoculars to me are something that I don't typically use, but they are very similar in size to my camera equipment, so I figured a Bino harness would work very well. And after doing a whole bunch of research, this to me looked like a nice lightweight option, reasonably compact, good, comfortable, and durable, with a number of nice features, and this is definitely something that I think you may be interested in. And if you're interested in checking this out in a little bit more detail, do me a favor, stay tuned. So this Mystery Ranch Bino harness is something that I'm just starting to integrate into my system. It's something that I'm hoping is going to be a good application for me, both in reasonably cool weather, but also maybe when it's hot. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to enjoy having this strapped to my chest in the middle of the summer, but I guess time will tell. However, this to me is a great option to comfortably carry my camera equipment and a number of other things. So I've been working on developing my system to basically fit inside this Bino harness, give me reasonable flexibility and versatility while I'm out on the trails. So the main thing that I enjoy about this particular harness is the closure system. This is a magnetic system that pretty much finds itself when you go to close this. You'll notice it clips nicely in place. It is actually a very strong magnet that just literally pretty much falls into place. And when this is full and has the gear in it and you're wearing it on your chest, this does really nice and easy fall right into place, clip into place, and keep it good and secure. The exterior strap has plenty of flexibility, so if you have larger or smaller items, you can certainly make this fit to size. And actually, if you want, you can entirely tuck this outer flap out of the way to give you the full access to the inside. Now, I am using the camera that I plan on keeping in here. You'll notice that if you can see this, there is a clip tethered to my camera. That's basically to allow me to clip the camera directly to the harness. That is one thing that this is made for, having binoculars basically clipped directly onto your Bino harness so you don't accidentally drop them, but then you can easily remove them, unclip this, and get them out of the way if you need to. So if you have to remove these binoculars, or in my case, my camera, you certainly can do that with ease. And just showing you that tether, this is the one that I'm not using. So my camera, I really only need one clip to do what I need it to do. And in fact, I've since basically created a little loop for my hand out of the excess material on the other tether here. So on the one connected to my camera, I made a nice little loop where my hand fits in. This clips easily into place on the shoulder strap. So looking here, nice Duraflex hardware. This is a very small and compact buckle, but does exactly what I need it to in order to keep my camera safe and connected directly to me while I'm hiking. Now, the inside of this Bino harness is very soft, felt lined. I haven't tried to Velcro anything to this. I'm not sure if Velcro would stick directly to this or not. I will give that a try later in this video. Kind of curious. But it is very soft and will protect your gear with no problem. So if you're worried about your gear and you want to make sure that it's good and protected, this certainly would do that. And overall, it is reasonably padded. It's not a soft padding. It is very firm, but you can feel that there is foam on the inside, somewhat rigid, so this tends to hold its shape. So even though the sides will move, the front is very stiff. I don't know, I'd say semi-rigid. So I'd say you have some movement in this direction, but in the lateral direction, it's definitely nice and stiff. So semi-rigid design. Now, the front of this has a nice zippered pocket. It is not incredibly large. You'll see here it is basically about the size of my hand. You can fit some decent gear in here, and I will show you some examples later of how I'm planning on using this. I think you could probably get away with maybe like a small beanie hat, maybe a small pair of gloves, something like that, depending on what you're looking to put in here. Definitely your wallet or, you know, different things like that, your keys. So a reasonably sized pocket. However, it's not incredibly wide. So once you put your gear in here, it is a little difficult to zip up depending on what you're trying to get in there. You just need to be a little bit careful and realize that it's not really a very large pocket. Now on the sides, there are a couple of pockets with shock cord. This is for like a rangefinder or something like that. You could definitely fit a compass. There are other things you could put in here. I have put a couple things in here and took them out. I'm not sure if I'm really planning on using these, just from the standpoint that hiking around, the last thing I want to do is accidentally knock something out of here and find out that it's not with me. I could see putting something in here that had a clip or the ability to lash it onto here, maybe onto one of these other points, and make sure it's not going to fall out. But for me, it's just a little bit suspect. It's something I'll have to experiment with in a careful situation where I know I'm not going to lose my gear. But another reason why I went with this particular Bino harness, this has MOLLE on the bottom, which is awesome. So I love this fact. For me, I would really love the idea of carrying my knife on the bottom of my Bino harness. So here you'll see my Jot Kit KNV2, which works out perfectly. It's a nice size knife, very capable knife, and something that I like to bring with me backpacking. So to have it really on my chest where I can get to it quickly and easily. I'm not worried about this falling out. This sheath has wonderful retention, and the fact that I can use these molly sticks on the bottom and easily clip this to the pack, that is definitely sweet. And here you'll see I have also added a Maxpedition Cocoon. My thought here being I can include my water filter. So for me, a Sawyer squeeze is something that while I'm backpacking, I definitely like having easy to get to and close by. So to have this really on me where I can get to it quick and easy is definitely going to be a plus. What I found that I do backpacking lately is I'm trying to get away from carrying a lot of water. I'm trying to carry the least amount possible, and whenever I'm hiking around a place with a good abundant water source, it's nice to be able to get to your filter quickly and filter water periodically throughout your hike rather than carrying an abundance of water with you. Getting to the back of this Bino harness, there is a reasonable amount of padding and ventilation. You can see that there is just a little bit of mesh here to allow this to breathe. It's not overly padded, just a decent amount, but not overly padded. It is definitely comfortable, and I can tell you that. And then the harness itself is nicely sculpted, fits on your back very well, has that same sort of mesh on the inside, so a little bit of breathability. Now this is very thin and flexible, which is nice, so it contours very well to your back, and I found that wearing this, it is quite comfortable. There's not really much in the way of padding on the shoulder straps, but you don't really need it. You're not going to be carrying a ton of weight in here, and in fact, I probably carry a little more weight than many other people would, and I can say that even at that, these shoulder straps are definitely comfortable. You have overall adjustment with the shoulder straps, so using these shoulder straps, you can cinch this down. You'll notice that there are these nice wraps on the end to allow you to kind of keep this at bay, so if there is extra material, you can tidy it up, and that does work quite well. All the hardware is Duraflex hardware, so you don't need to worry about it potentially breaking. Now, the one thing that's funny is this is the piece of hardware that holds your binoculars, and like I said, in my case, holds the actual camera. Now, with the weight on it, this will slide quite easily. This doesn't have all too much in the way of resistance, so I do find that throughout my wearing this and through use, this kind of just floats around on me. So if you're looking for something to definitively hold this in place or have your binoculars really stowed exactly in place, this may not necessarily be the best for you. So like I mentioned, once you're wearing this and you have it on your chest, even if you started with your binoculars up here throughout the time and course of day, this will definitely slide down. So just something worth considering, the fact that this isn't the most secure, but it definitely won't break and it won't let your binoculars or equipment fall. Now getting into just a little more detail, this is my MDE Organizer. I covered this in a little bit of detail with one of my EDC update videos. Now the reason why I'm bringing this into the mix is because I intentionally built this kit to be multi-purpose, including my hiking, backpacking, and camping needs. So inside here I have a number of pouches which have been built with that multi-purpose in mind. And the reason why I say that, here I have a couple of beautiful pouches. These are from Helicon Techs. It's part of their VIS system. You'll notice that these are Velcro, but at the same time have the ability to simply close that off, and it makes it a good quality, versatile kit. So as I pull these out, this one here I have set up as a med kit. So this has a lot of my medical supplies, not just for an EDC purpose, but more importantly for a backpacking and camping application. So what I have opted to do is fit this nice and easy down inside this pack. Now my camera is small enough that it fits beautifully right on top, but this little med kit being nicely fit right inside, just about the perfect size, and it's on me where I'll need it. And this pouch here is a small fire kit. So inside here, this is all the supplies I would potentially need for starting a fire while I'm out backpacking and camping. Now, while I have this here, will this potentially stick to the inside? I mean, just a little bit. This is, again, more of a felt versus Velcro. This doesn't really stick all too much, so the Velcro is not likely to stick to this or even damage it for that matter. But again, the fact that this is a fire kit, this slides down right inside this front pouch. And so now I have a filter, I have my knife, I have a fire kit, I have my med kit, and I have my camera gear all right here where I need it. So let's just say you wanted to put a compass on the outside. You certainly could carry a compass inside these pockets. Now you need to be just a little careful how you position it inside to make sure that it's not going to fall out. Do I think this would really fall out? Probably not, but maybe with enough vigorous activity it could potentially pop out of there. So the other thing you could do is use a supplementary case, which I think I would suggest. Get this situated inside here. Now the case itself could potentially have a little clip and be lashed to the rest of the pack, and actually once you get that inside here, fits equally well, maybe even just a little bit better. Getting these little bungee pockets nice and situated on there, you'll see now you do actually have a little clipped pocket that you could use on the side. So you do have the ability to kind of build this pack out just a little bit more than some of the other Bino harnesses out there, which is the reason why I opted for it. I feel as though this is capable of making a good overall comprehensive chest pack at a reasonably small size. Generally comfortable, good overall features, nice materials. Mystery Ranch has a great name behind it, a lot of excellent products. This beautiful latch system, which I greatly like. The Molly on the bottom just has a lot of things going for it, as well as the general overall comfort. And the other thing I found is that a typical smartphone can fit in this pocket reasonably nice. So for me, I do use my cell phone a lot of times for filming. I think it's nice to not always pull the full camera out, so to have my cell phone right here is definitely cool. I use this as a GPS. I use it for actually a number of functions, and I'm constantly grabbing at it. Now again, similar to the other items, is this possible that it could slide out of here? Maybe. I think it is reasonably secure. It would take quite a bit of effort to get this to actually fall out, but you'll see it does slide out. So again, I don't really have too much in the way of a rubberized case. Maybe if I put the rubberized section in here, it would grip a little better. Let's try that. No different. So you do need to be just a little bit careful, but overall that will generally fit. So alright guys, there you have it. A quick look at this Bino harness from Mystery Ranch. So again, as I mentioned, going through the process of continually looking to improve and upgrade my situation. For me, having the ability to improve my situation carrying my camera gear is definitely a plus. I really enjoy hiking, backpacking, and camping, and I really need my gear to be safe. For me, where I'm in the YouTube community trying to film continuously, I always have my gear on me, and so to have this in front of me with everything at my fingertips is definitely a plus. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.